Obviously, a dirty stone building is less attractive than a clean one, but the process of cleaning stone buildings with water drives the water deep into the stone, eventually causing irreparable damage.
All right. Okay, so
Dirt,
what is that saying so far?
so the architect is saying that a dirty stone building is less attractive than a clean one, but the process of cleaning it is really detrimental to the stone because the water will submerge into the stone and it will damage it in some way.
Awesome.
Dirt also damages stone buildings, but less than water does. So I'm afraid stone buildings must remain dirty if they are to last as long as possible. And then he's saying that
What is sorry. What is our architect's conclusion here?
he's saying that stone buildings, wait, hold on. The process of cleaning stone buildings with water drives the water deep into the stone, causing damage. Or, oh no, I'm afraid stone buildings must remain dirty if they are to last as long as possible.
Yes,
that's the conclusion.
Yep, this is going to be our conclusion. I say, and now the engineer response says, not so fast, or disagree. Advances in technology make it possible to clean stone buildings without water using mild chemicals that do not penetrate the stone. Super cool. So the engineer just says, not so fast. What kind of question would you say this is?
Okay, so when I see questions like this, it's either a point question on which they're disagreeing on something. If I'm reading the stem, like the question.
Yeah, you can read the question stem. Yeah.
Okay. The engineer responds to the architect by doing which one of the following. So it's a method question.
Yeah, a method reasoning question. So before we go into these answer choices, we want to make a prediction of what does the engineer, how does the engineer respond to the architect's conclusion?
So he's countering his claim that I'm afraid stone buildings must remain dirty if they're to last as long, and he's stating evidence that that's clearly not the case.
How does the evidence work, though? Like, how does it work?
It's undermining his conclusion.
Yes, but how or why?
Because he's saying that there's other possible ways of cleaning stone.
Yeah, excellent.
By using chemicals.
Yeah, they say, yeah. So the architect is saying like, hey, it has to remain dirty because of this problem. But then the engineer says like, hey, I have a solution for this problem. Awesome. All right. So whenever we go into so go ahead and read A and tell me love it, leave it, or hate it.
Okay. Disputing the, let me move you over because you're in my question. Disputing the accuracy of the evidence that the architect cites in support of the conclusion. I like it.
So what accuracy of evidence are we disputing?
Oh, hold on. Okay, so we know that we should know beforehand that the architect is wrong. Disputing the accuracy of the evidence that the architect cites in support of the conclusion. Oh, I guess there is no accuracy.
Yeah, we don't have a problem. So the architect's evidence is all of this front part. We're not disagreeing with any of this.
Okay.
So it's not A. Okay, so what about B?
Showing that the architect's argument is internally inconsistent. I don't like B.
Yeah, because do we say that like, hey, your premises are inconsistent with each other? This would be like saying that like stone is less attractive than clean, or like this is like, or I don't know, like somehow contradicting itself.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that. And then for C, describing undesirable consequences that follow from accepting the architect's conclusion. No, we're not really describing undesirable consequences. He's trying to find a solution to it, not really.
So what would C look like if this were what was happening?
So if that was happening, then I believe that the engineer would also say that, hold on, describing undesirable consequences. So for example, if the building were to remain dirty, people wouldn't go. And if for some reason it's a building that is like a business, then they're not going to generate revenue and whatever the case.
Yeah, perfect. For some reason, like yeah, it's bad that like this dirty thing is happening, but look at all these other terrible consequences. All right, what about D?
I actually don't know what the word adducing is. I'm
Adducing
gonna write it
facts
down.
selected to show that the adducing.
What does it?
Deducing means like eliminating facts. So I'm guessing adducing means adding.
Okay.
But let's say we
So
don't know that word. So let's skip E for a second and go on to E.
okay. Using the evidence cited by the architect to draw an alternative conclusion. The alternative conclusion being the solution. So I believe that E is a nice answer choice.
I like that we're drawing an alternative conclusion, but do we use evidence? Maybe we do. I was using evidence cited by the architect. So what evidence do we use cited by the architect?
Maybe we don't. I don't think we do use any. Using the evidence cited by the architect. I don't think we do. Unless it's like the water. So like the fact that he's like the water is deep into the stone and he's like, well, no, you can do that without water.
All right, and then D, I actually don't, I want to read D now. So adducing facts selected to show that the architect's conclusion is false. I like D.
So D is nice if adducing means adding. So if he's adding facts selected to show that the conclusion is false, then that would make sense.
Yeah, because our conclusion is, the architect's conclusion is the stone buildings must remain dirty. And I would say that we definitely prove that that is false because of this additional information. Where E is saying using the evidence, like an alternative conclusion, like what would be an alternative conclusion to I must remain dirty?
I guess I did not.
Yeah, I think we're doing, we're more like showing that there's this false. Excellent. And we don't really have a conclusion in our argument for the engineer.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. So I'm guessing it's going to be D. Not guessing, I should double check, right?